Good evening, I'm Michael and you're watching Kini News, the show that brings you today's biggest stories. Today, Malaysia reported one of its lowest number of new cases since March. Malaysia reported 30 new COVID-19 cases today, making it the lowest number since March 12. Meanwhile, Health Ministry Director General Dr. Abdul revealed 83 recoveries today, bringing the total number of recoveries to 4,567. This leaves 1,710 cases that are still active. Dr. also reported one new death, bringing the death toll to 106. The nation's recovery from COVID-19 would not be possible without the country's health workers, but not without it taking a toll on their own physical and mental health.
Barisan hadapan kesihatan dan juga kita di Kementerian Kesihatan dah bekerja siang malam tak berhenti dah 5 bulan dah. Tak kenal hari minggu ke, hari kerja ke. Tetapi apa yang pasti hari ini kita nampak keputusan ataupun hasil daripada pengorbanan kita, kes semakin berkurangan. Dan sekarang ni kita lihat pun penggunaan ward ICU dan juga ward COVID semakin berkurangan. Jadi mungkin dalam masa ini kita akan menggunakan masa mungkin seminggu dua untuk kita memberi time off kepada warga kerja Kementerian Kesihatan bergilir-gilir dan juga kita akan memberi counselling juga kepada mereka.
Movement under the MCO was restricted, as the name would suggest, but now Malaysians will be allowed to travel here and there more freely. Under the Conditional Movement Control Order, which started yesterday, the government will no longer be enforcing the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew or inter-district travel restrictions. This was revealed by Senior Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob during his daily press conference today.
Dari segi pergerakan sudah pun dibebaskan. Saya dah sebutkan antara daerah dengan daerah dan sebagainya telah pun dibebaskan. Jadi tidak ada had dari segi jangka masa untuk keluar, tidak ada. Di dalam peraturan yang baru tidak ada. Ya, tidak ada.
Interstate travel remains banned. However, limited interstate travel will be allowed between May 7th and May 10th. A very influential politician's daughter has been fined for breaching the movement control order after pleading guilty. She even waved at the cameras.
Kalung.
The daughter of Umno President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Nurulhidayah, was fined 800 ringgit by the Magistrate's Court in Putrajaya today for violating the movement control order last month. Her husband Saiful Nizam was also fined another 800 ringgit. Magistrate Shah Wirah Abdul Halim meted out these sentences after the two pleaded guilty to the charges of breaching Section 3.1 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Regulation 2020. They were charged with travelling from Kajang to the Environment Department in Putrajaya at 9 a.m. on April 20th. Nurulhidayah and her spouse were investigated for breaching the MCO after she posted photographs online of the meeting with Deputy Environment and Water Minister Ahmad Muhammad and de facto Islamic Affairs Minister Zulkifli Muhammad. The Penang state government has labelled Azmin Ali's methods as lazy, with several states refusing to reopen their economies. Penang Chief Minister Chakonyo has a message for Senior Minister Azmin Ali after the former PKR leader warned state governments of possible legal action taken by industry players if they refuse to reopen their economies under the Conditional Movement Control Order as announced by the federal government.
Di sini saya ingin memaklumkan kepada Menteri Kanan kita bahawa Kerajaan Negeri Pulau Pinang dan saya sendiri sebagai Ketua Menteri sedia menghadapi tindakan saman kerana melindungi 1.8 juta rakyat negeri Pulau Pinang.
Azmin came under the spotlight after his detractors blamed him for being responsible for the latest fiasco, which saw several state governments declining to observe the federal government's decision in reopening the economies. In a live message aired on Facebook this afternoon, Chow said Penang did not reject the CMCO. However, the state needed time to strategize its implementation.
It was therefore unprecedented for so many states, whether they are from Perikatan Nasional or Pakatan Harapan, to take different approaches from what Azmin Ali had expected. I want to ask the senior minister, what was he expecting when, as the minister in charge, he was lazy to engage with all the state government to reach a consensus on the implementation.
According to Parliament's Federal State Relations Select Committee Chairperson Ahsan Abdul Karim, federal and state governments are jointly given power on health matters under the Federal Constitution. Hassan pointed to the 9th schedule of the Constitution, which lists the responsibilities of the state and federal governments. It was reported that at least 6 states, Sarawak, Sabah, Penang, Pahang, Kelantan and Kedah, had declined to reopen their economies on Monday. PKR President Anwar Ibrahim also weighed in on the issue during a live session on Facebook this evening.
Tapi bila tak setuju macam sekarang ni, 8 negeri tak setuju dengan keputusan Persekutuan, ugut. Bukan je ugut, suruh syarikat saman kerajaan. Ini saya tak faham, ini melambangkan angkuh, sikap takabur, menganggap pandangan dia itu terbaik, tak mau runding dengan negeri. Kita padahal ada bidang kuasa masing-masing. Sepatutnya panggillah, ini masalah negara.
Several new areas have been placed under a semi-enhanced movement control order, which shouldn't be confused with the enhanced MCO. 2 new areas, 2 in Selayang and 1 in Chowkit, have been placed under a semi-enhanced movement control order. The 3 areas are Taman Wilayah and Taman Desa Bakti in Selayang, as well as Jalan Raja Bot, where the Chowkit market is located. A source from the Kuala Lumpur Crisis Management Centre told Malaysia Kini that unlike the enhanced MCO, the semi-enhanced NCO allows for movement in and out of the affected areas, but security will be tightened. In a press conference this afternoon, Senior Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob clarified on the status of the 3 areas.
Belum. Selagi saya tidak umumkan, maknanya tidak ada PKPD. Tapi setengah tempat tu kita perketatkan kawalan dia secara administratif, secara pentadbiran. Jadi mungkin kita kawal dengan kawat berduri dan sebagainya, tetapi dari segi kita tidak kita isytiharkan sebagai PKPD lagi. Tapi kita kontrol dari segi keluar masuk tu dengan lebih ketat daripada biasa.
Residents of the affected areas began posting about the semi-lockdown on social media early this morning, with videos showing authorities cordoning off the areas and installing razor wires. A resident from Taman Wilayah later told Malaysia Kini that police were allowing citizens to leave the residential area for work. According to the resident, those with MyCard can leave the area, but not migrant workers. Coming up next, we had a rather interesting chat with Umno Supreme Council member Tajuddin Abdul Rahman. You wouldn't want to miss this. Speaking to Malaysia Kini and KiniTV, UMNO Supreme Council member Tajuddin Abdul Rahman shared his views on how Perikatan Nasional could be even stronger.
Saya punya pemikiran, selagi kita duduk dalam parti yang berbeza, selagi itulah kita bersaing antara satu sama lain. Kan? Bila bersaing satu sama lain, takut nanti berlaku sesuatu yang boleh membawa kepada perpecahan. Betul tak? Dia tak kukuh. Pasal parti kamu parti itu, aku parti ni, dia parti ni. So, masing-masing fight untuk parti masing-masing. Betul tak? So, apa jalannya untuk mewujudkan satu penyatuan orang Melayu Islam yang sebenarnya? Ini pemimpin besar kena fikir. Kena? Pucuk pimpinan mesti fikir ke arah itu. What can you do to unite the Malays and the Muslim for the long run? Selagi berbeza parti, kita tidak akan dapat katakan bersatu. We are not united. Tiap-tiap parti mempunyai kepentingan yang sendiri. We will fight for our own party interest first. Satu caranya, UMNO ialah parti yang dah lama, dah berpuluh tahun dah. Ingat tak? Tan Sri Mahyudin pun orang Melayu ke? Orang UMNO ke? Apa perlunya bersatu tu? Kalau dia orang ikhlas untuk kembali kepada katanya untuk kepentingan orang Melayu, perjuangan Melayu, Islam dan apa semuanya, masuk je dalam UMNO balik. Jadilah Perdana Menteri UMNO, bukan menjadi Perdana Menteri Bersatu.
Europe's longest coronavirus lockdown is coming to an end. After weeks of strict lockdown measures, Italy started the slow process of unwinding Europe's longest coronavirus lockdown on Monday. Nearly 2 months after ordering Italians to stay home in an effort to slow one of the worst outbreaks of the new coronavirus in the world, the government on Monday cautiously eased a few restrictions while keeping many others in place. 4.5 million people were given the green light to return to work, and families were finally allowed to reunite. Parks will also reopen so Italians can run and do other outdoor activities as long as they stay 2 meters apart. But groups of friends must refrain from meeting up. Schools, cinemas and theatres remain shuttered up, and most shops won't be able to open their doors until May 18th. With almost 29,000 deaths since the outbreak emerged, Italy has one of the world's second highest death toll after the United States. And while the lifting of restrictions is welcomed by most, there's fear of a second wave. The Italian Prime Minister stressed that the so-called Phase 2 of the lockdown must not be seen as the signal that we're all free. He added that Phase 2 would include more testing to see who has the virus, with 5 million kits sent to the regions in the next 2 months. Italy is among a slew of countries which eased coronavirus lockdowns on Monday to revive their economies. The US, Spain, Nigeria, Malaysia and Lebanon also eased some restrictions on Monday. The COVID-19 situation in the US could get much worse. A newly revised coronavirus mortality model predicts nearly 135,000 Americans will die from COVID-19 by early August, almost double previous projections as social distancing measures for curbing the pandemic are increasingly relaxed, researchers said on Monday. The ominous new forecast from the University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation reflects rising mobility in most US states, with an easing of business closures and stay-at-home orders expected at 31 states by May 11, the institute said. The projections reinforced warnings from public health experts that a rising clamour to lift restrictions on commerce and social activity in hopes of healing a ravaged economy could exact a staggering cost in terms of human lives. At a virtual town hall on Fox News on Sunday night, US President Donald Trump again upped his death toll estimate, saying that as many as 100,000 Americans could die from the pandemic after making several predictions. The death toll surpassed 68,000 on Monday.
Right now we're heading at probably around 60, maybe 65,000. We're probably heading to 60,000, 70,000. Hopefully we're going to come in below that 100,000 lives lost.
In New York, the state that accounts for about a third of all U.S. infections, Governor Andrew Cuomo on Monday outlined plans to ease restrictions on a regional basis. Without giving a specific time frame, Cuomo told a daily briefing that construction, manufacturing and wholesale supply chain could be allowed to start up under the first phase of the four-step return to normality. California Governor Gavin Newsom said on Monday that he would ease the state's stay-at-home orders by Thursday, expanding the number of retail businesses that can provide curbside services. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm Michael. Thank you for watching.